stole my stick! Yeah. Ah!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at South Park episodes that played differently since the first airing because of what we've since learned.
Puff Daddy?
Your friend Kyle told me you don't understand the importance of voting.
Prehistoric Ice Man. In this 1999 episode, the boys discover a man who has been frozen since the prehistoric year of 1996.
But we found a frozen Iceman from the past! I found this frozen guy in the woods today. No, I found this frozen guy in the woods today.
When he's defrosted and goes missing, they enlist a certain crocodile hunter to help. Steve Irwin was at the peak of his popularity at the time, making him ripe for satire. The hunt goes off the rails as Irwin is sent flying toward a helicopter, getting shredded to pieces.
Wow, that is the goddamnedest thing I've ever seen.
As ridiculous as his demise is here, it took on a more disturbing sentiment several years later when the real Irwin died following an encounter with a stingray. We doubt Matt Stone and Trey Parker have any qualms about this episode, though, since they'd make fun of Irwin twice in the wake of his tragic death.
It's just not super cool. You gotta leave.
ManBearPig. As Al Gore warned the public about global warming through his documentary An Inconvenient Truth, he also dropped by South Park to caution them about ManBearPig.
Don't worry, it's not really ManBearPig. It's me, Al Gore.
We know. Dude, what are you doing?
I'm spreading ManBearPig awareness.
The former vice president is depicted as a dullard so desperate for attention that he makes up a fictional threat. South Park doubled down on the Imagination Land trilogy, where it's implied that ManBearPig is no more real than the Lollipop King.
What is it? It's like a half man, half bear, and half pig.
In the years since ManBearPig's introduction, the evidence supporting climate change has only become harder to ignore. While there may always be climate change deniers, even South Park relented in 2018, confirming that ManBearPig is real and we should have gotten cereal over a decade ago. We didn't listen then, and now it might be too late.
There were more
Say
than...
you're sorry for making fun of me.
We're sorry for making fun of you.
That didn't sound serial at all.
Butter's very own episode. This episode was always among the darkest, seeing Linda attempt to drown Butters before trying to take her own life.
No, Jesus, Linda, what were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking!
It's only grown more disturbing considering how three real-life figures are depicted. As Butters' parents cover their tracks, they receive support from John and Patsy Ramsey, who some suspected were involved in the murder of their daughter, John Bonet. They're also paid visits from Gary Condit, who had an affair with Chandra Levy, a murdered intern.
I spoke with the FBI, and some Puerto Rican guy has just made their #1 most wanted.
Oh, good. Maybe now they'll catch him.
The episode ends with Butters' father calling them out, although further evidence suggested that the Ramseys and Condit likely weren't behind these killings. Stone and Parker acknowledged that they were wrong 10 years later, but their regret seemingly didn't extend to O.J. Simpson, who was also parodied here.
Hey guys.
Chris, Linda, you know O.J. Simpson.
Oh, sure.
Britney's new look. No program prides itself on mocking celebrities like South Park. It was surreal to see Matt and Trey, of all people, standing up for Britney Spears when she was at her lowest.
I can't take it anymore.
That's not to say this episode doesn't take shots at her, but the real targets are the paparazzi in public who kicked Spears while she was down. Using Kyle as a surrogate, the South Park creators make a plea to back off Britney.
We should have just left her alone. But we just had to push her. How could we know she would... Oh, we suck so hard.
People are unmoved, insisting that Britney must be sacrificed for their corn harvest. While Spears thankfully survived this agonizing period, many have reassessed how the media contributed to her personal crisis. Looking back, it's unbelievable that South Park was among the few shows that said, hey, Britney's a person.
All right, enough already. This has all gone on long enough.
The Passion of the Jew. The Passion of the Christ was already controversial before it hit theaters in 2004.
How do you know? I've seen The Passion 34 times now, Kyle. You haven't seen it once.
While supporters presented director Mel Gibson as a deep, spiritual man, South Park argued that something was very off about this guy, as Gibson soon found himself embroiled in a series of legal troubles and PR nightmares, including anti-Semitic comments. This episode started to feel prognostic.
That's Mel Gibson?
He's not quite as eloquent as I had pictured.
Gibson's downfall isn't the only reason why we look back at this episode differently. Dressed as Hitler, Cartman starts a neo-Nazi group, attracting oblivious followers. At the time, this might have been an exaggeration. In an era where many fear that America is heading in a fascist direction, neo-Nazism is feeling less and less like a thing of the past, especially among young men like Cartman.
Now I believe we should take to the streets and march in unwavering support of this important movie.
Whoa, great idea.
It'll be like a parade. Good idea.
Super Best Friends. There are 5 South Park episodes you won't find on any major streaming services.
Hi, Jesus. It's me, Stan Marsh.
Of course I know you, my child. Come in.
All of them have Muhammad in common. There wasn't much of an uproar when Muhammad popped up in Super Best Friends, fighting alongside Jesus, Buddha, and other religious figures. After Muhammad was depicted in an editorial cartoon from a Danish newspaper, his image suddenly became taboo.
We can get anybody for you. Muhammad, the prophet of the Muslim faith.
That's tricky.
South Park pushed back against this controversy, trying multiple times to get Muhammad past the censors again. Every attempt has brought challenges, however. Aside from a few sneaky Easter eggs, Super Best Friends remains the only episode where an uncensored Muhammad appears. The fact that we can't legally stream it is a reminder about how threats of violence can impede freedom of speech.
If Muhammad appears in South Park, we get bombed.
Hooked on Monkey Phonics. In terms of content, there isn't anything particularly controversial about this episode, which centers on homeschooling.
This year's gonna be different. Look, I got you hooked on monkey phonics.
What makes Hooked on Monkey Phonics so unsettling is a tragedy that occurred behind the scenes. The day after it aired, Mary Kay Bergman, who voiced most of the show's female characters, took her own life amid severe mental health struggles. Bergman's voice can be heard in the subsequent episode, Starvin' Marvin in Space. While archival recordings were used in Mr. Hankey's Christmas classics,
Shut up, turds!
Moving forward, South Park required multiple voice artists to fill the void that Bergman left behind. When Hooked on Monkey Phonics debuted, nobody was prepared to say goodbye to Bergman. Rewatching the episode today, it's hard not to get choked up.
Eric, I got you a new history textbook. Why don't you come downstairs?
Not right now, Mom.
Eric, please, we have to do some studying today.
I am studying, Mom. I'm learning with the phonics monkey.
The return of Chef. After South Park called Scientology a scam in Trapped in the Closet, Isaac Hayes stopped voicing Chef.
I'm not the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard. And Scientology is just a big, fat global scam.
His absence was addressed in the season 10 premiere, in which old recordings of Hayes were stitched together. The episode ends with Chef's demise, being lost to the club that brainwashed him. For years, fans assumed that Hayes left on his own terms.
We shouldn't be mad at Chef for leaving us. We should be mad at that fruity little club for scrambling his brains.
According to Hayes' son, though, his late father would have never quit that show. He implied that Scientology made decisions on his dad's behalf following a stroke, which made it difficult for him to speak. While Stone and Parker apparently weren't aware of everything going on, the episode eerily mirrors what allegedly happened to Hayes, as others put words in a powerless Chef's mouth.
So have you decided you can still belong to the Super Adventure Club but live here in South Park again?
That's right.
Jared has AIDS. For a brief period in the 2000s, this Season 6 episode mysteriously disappeared from syndication, although not for the reasons you might expect.
After a year of eating delicious sub sandwiches, I've proven weight loss is easy.
Fans speculated it was either because of the numerous AIDS jokes or because of the episode ending with Butter's parents abusing him. Whatever the reason, it likely had nothing to do with Jared Fogle, who was then seen as an upstanding member of society.
Hi, kids.
Whoa, Jared, dude, did you really lose all that weight eating nothing but sub sandwiches?
I sure did. And, I also had a little help on the side.
Oh, how wrong we were. Since revelations of Fogle's sex crimes came to light in 2015, people have debated whether this episode aged poorly or if it was ahead of the pack. Seeing everyone in South Park turn on the former Subway spokesman now comes off as foreboding, especially when Jared mentions his plans for children.
Get him!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Got a nut? In an episode that also made fun of Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Kristi Noem, Cartman's take on Charlie Kirk was almost an afterthought upon airing in August 2025.
I'm sick of people stealing my shtick. If anyone around here is going to be a master debater, it's me.
When the far-right figure was murdered that September, Kirk became this episode's key talking point. While Got a Nut remained available through streaming, it was pulled from reruns.
It's not about belief, it's about truth. Science confirms life begins at conception.
Some conservatives attacked the episode in the wake of his death, although the real Kirk had called the episode hilarious. Kirk's producer, Amy Colvetts, also said that he would want the episode back up. Whatever your thoughts on Kirk are, it's chilling to think that within a month, he went from being parodied on South Park to the target of an assassination that made the nation stand still.
Mom, you don't understand. I'm getting really good at this. I have my arguments down rock solid. These young college girls are totally unprepared, so I can just destroy them and also edit out all the ones that actually argue back well. It just feels so good.
Which South Park episode do you find disturbing in retrospect? Let us know in the comments.